All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Movies Live. Today I'm going to be going over the three movies that I saw this week. And with that, let's go ahead and just get right on into it. So, here I am today. How are you guys doing? How's everybody doing today? We got a nice, beautiful sunset behind me out there. Obviously, the blinds are messing with it, but whatever. I'm not going to fix it now. But again, like I was saying, I saw three movies this week. I'm going to be going over them with a little minor review, and then I'm going to do what I usually do. I'm going to go over the box office of the week. I'm going to go over the movies that are coming out next week, and because we're in a new month, I'm going to go over all the movies from June. So let's go on and just get right to it. So first off, I always do these from like my least favorite to my favorite. And so I think I'm actually going to switch this up. So I think my least favorite one that I saw was still good, but this is weird. It's going to be a higher score than the second movie that I mentioned, but the second movie, it's going to be complicated. But either way, okay, let's get to it. Lilo and Stitch. I saw Lilo and Stitch. I thought it was good. Luckily, I didn't rewatch the original anytime recently. I couldn't even tell you the last time that I watched it. So with that, I actually liked it quite a bit. The ending, the controversial ending, it flows and makes sense in the movie. I still don't necessarily kind of agree with it because the whole notion is Ohana means family, never leave family behind. But they also say that also means that it doesn't mean to leave yourself behind. So I get that. But when you got dead parents, like, bro, no, it's your responsibility to take on your younger sibling. You can go to school when they grow up. It's not that big of a deal. The hardest part would be getting the job to have everything like that, but you could still get money for it. It's putting too much like real life logic into it as to why not, but it's also the logic of the movie itself that Ohana means family. So while you, yes, are your own family, it's still, I don't, it just, for me, I didn't like that. Whereas in the cartoon, she stays because Ohana is family. She stays and takes care of her family. In my experience, in my thought process, you always figure it out. You never give up. And in a sense, that's kind of giving up. Handing Lilo and Stitch off to the neighbor is giving up. But at the same time, she's also going to school to get the good job so that way she can come back, take care of Lilo in her teen years. Because I think she's only like 6. So by the time she actually gets a job and everything, Lilo will be 12. And so like she'll actually need an adult figure in particular her sister, even more in that time frame. So I can understand it. I get it. And they also have like that little like portal gun to where they can literally see each other wherever they are in person whenever they want. So it's not that big of a deal, but I understand why some people are upset about it. It did drag on a little bit. I think about 15 minutes probably could have been cut from this movie. It was right around an hour and 50 minutes, and I think like an hour 35, hour 30. It would have been fine to do it like that, but it was still good. It was still fun. Stitch, for some reason, I felt like he was kind of obnoxious in this. Not so much from the cartoon. Maybe it's because I was younger when I saw it. I don't know, but it was like, okay, bro, like again, like come on, let's get to it. But either way, it was still funny. The alien man, I forget who plays him, but the guy from Game Night, and he's been in a couple other things. He had me laughing so hard. I thought he was hilarious. I thought he stole the show for sure. And then the neighbor, she was funny. I believe she's in what's that Adam Sandler 51st Dates. So I think she's in that one. The neighbors are good. All the actors were pretty good. Um I'm just happy I didn't watch the original because apparently there's a lot that people are complaining about as far as characters go. And with that, I mean, I didn't rewatch it, so I don't care enough, so I didn't really think twice about it. But it definitely I could see another one happening. It's made so much money. Well, I did go see this by myself, and what I love seeing is how many families were out there. Families, take parents, take your kids to the movies. Your kids will love it. The movies are one of the best experiences ever. It's like when you get older and go to a concert and you guys all have that same like wavelength in your minds of like, this is what you're doing. This is how happy you are. It's the same exact thing in a movie. So much fun, especially with families. Don't take babies. If you take a baby, you're make sure that baby's asleep because otherwise it's annoying. Luckily, with a family-friendly movie, people kind of gave it some leeway. But with that, again, Lilo and Stitch, not my favorite movie that I saw this week. I actually will put it on the third favorite, but I will also give it probably about an 8 out of 10. So with that, it was good. Nothing much else to it. I did feel like it was a little bit too long, but what can you do? Not too much. Going into my second, what would be the second least favorite, second favorite? There's only three, so it'd be okay. Coming in second place, I'll say it like that. Coming in second place is going to be the movie Friendship with Tim Robbins. Here, let me move myself a little bit. Tim Robbins and Paul Rudd. Now, this movie, I'll just go right off the bat. I'll give it a 7.8. So I'm not giving it an 8 like I did Lilo and Stitch. I'm giving it a 7.8. But at the same time, I thought this movie was a very dark tone in comedy, which not a lot of people kind of get. You have to A, be in the moment, and B, you have to understand where they're coming from. And I thought some moments of this landed and some moments of it didn't. But overall for me, it was a different kind of dark comedy. It was one that I haven't seen before, even though it's a comedy. Like some people will be like, "Oh, all comedies are the same." That's not true, especially dark comedies. So it's just weird. It's an A24 movie, so it's weird, but it's also just like there's just moments that shouldn't get you going, but they do, and it's so funny for whatever reason. I can see how a lot of people would love this, and I could see how a lot of people would actually not like this at all. I liked it quite a bit, and it was somewhat quote unquote original. So that's why I put it in second place over Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch was just the remake. But I mean, with that, I would say it's usually I say go see movies in theaters. This one, you really don't have to, but if you want these kinds of movies, comedy movies, if you want bigger movies being made, you still have to support the smaller movies, which is what this is. And typically I wouldn't say this, but you can wait for this one. If it's like $20 when it comes out on streaming, then just go pay the money to see it at the theater. But if it comes out like immediately on Prime or whatever, just wait for that. It's not one of those movies that you'll see and like it changes your whole experience seeing it in the theaters. I personally don't think it will. But with that, Friendship in second place. It was funny. It was good. It was different for sure. And it felt original, surprisingly, which is why I put it in second place. And coming in first place, Karate Kid Legends. I liked this movie so much more than I thought I would. It's so weird how I just praised Friendship for feeling original and Karate Kid kind of feels like a rehash, but it was just a fun time from beginning to end. It doesn't stop. The movie keeps going. And so back in 2023, I believe, there was reports that a new Karate Kid movie was being made, but it was going to be different. It was going to be the kid that moved to a new town teaching an adult how to fight because the adult had something going on where he needed to learn how to fight. So it was going to be a kid teaching an adult versus an adult teaching a kid. And I was like, man, that sounds kind of stupid. I don't know about that. And then that was supposed to come out December of 2024. And then because of the strikes and everything like that, everything got delayed. But then all of a sudden it was announced, oh, Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio are coming back to do Karate Kid Legends. So it was like, wait, is that kid training the adult one? Is that now out the window and they're going to combine the two universes, I guess you could say, into one? And what happens is this movie does both. It feels like two movies meshed into one, which is kind of a downfall to it. So it felt like they heard the lashback. I can't say my words right now, but they took the criticism of having a boy teach a man, and then kept that there for whatever reason, but also brought in some nostalgia with it as well to make people like it more. And I'll tell you what, I thought what they did with the boy teaching the man was good. The man was a boxer before, and he's older now, but he's low on money, so he gets in underground fights to win some more money. And he knows he's not as smooth with his technicalities as he used to be. And he saw this kid do kung fu, so he's like, "Hey, I need you to teach me to move and flow like that." So it's not the adult, the dad learning kung fu. It's the dad learning the fluent motions of kung fu to flow like water, like Bruce Lee says. So I thought that was very interesting and a lot of fun to see. Now that happens about halfway through the movie, and then the dad gets hurt, or it's the girlfriend's dad. I'll just say it like that. The girlfriend's dad gets hurt, and then the kid now has to join in on the karate league to win the money for them because the dad didn't do it because he lost the fight, but he lost by cheap shots. And then that's when they bring in Daniel LaRusso, Ralph Macchio. And so the way that they were able to blend kung fu and karate and have Daniel not be like down Mr. Han, Jackie Chan's throat, be like, no, karate is this, karate is that, blah, blah, blah. He just like, he lets him do his thing and then says, okay, but this is how we do in karate, and this is a karate tournament, so let's try this way too. And it's not like the Daniel that we see in Cobra Kai that's always bickering and battling everybody. So I thought that was cool. And again, just the way that they combined boxing, kung fu, and karate all into one movie, I liked a lot. The biggest downfall to me, there's two of them. One, it's way too choppy. It it just like it zooms through so much stuff, and you're like, wait. It like they just went through 5 days in a matter of 10 seconds. Like how? Let's get some more. Like let's get more into that. So I didn't like that, and I also didn't like that. I wanted to see more of the characters. So I wanted to see more interactions between Jackie Chan's Mr. Han and Daniel LaRusso. I wanted to see more interactions between Ben Wang, he plays Li Fong, I think is his name, and him interact with Daniel LaRusso. He's related to Jackie Chan, so you kind of get that at the beginning. But I wanted to see him learn the karate style more. I wanted Daniel's family to be somewhat involved, like at least have a cameo and him say, "Hey, I got to go train this guy," and then maybe see the wife be supportive and be like, "Yeah, go for it." Whereas in Cobra Kai, every season she's like, "Again." So it would have been nice to see something like that, and even the girlfriend's dad with his boxing, have him get involved in the training for defense or something like that, different kind of style of defense. So I thought that could have been done better, but again, this feels like they definitely took two movies that were probably like it was probably like a total of 2.5 hours long and just cut it all down into 1.5 hour movie, which was good. While it was choppy, it did fly by really fast. So it's a quick in and out movie, a lot of fun. I like the fighting. I like the acting for the most part. Jackie Chan, he's just such a pure soul dude, and you just can't help but smile when he's on screen. He's so much fun, and I think he still does his own stunts at like 72 or 73, however old he is. Like, man, good for him. And yeah, so with that, I like Karate Kid Legends. It was my favorite movie that I saw this week. I'd definitely go see it again if somebody asked me to go see it. And I'm definitely going to buy the DVD. I would probably buy the DVD or physical media for all three of these movies. It's pretty rare that I don't want to buy a physical media movie, even if it's like a movie that I don't like that much. But with this one, I would get all of them. And so, yeah, so Karate Kid Legends, number 1, Friendship, number 2, and Lilo and Stitch, number 3. That is the order of my favorite to my least favorite, even though I like them all, for the movies that I saw this week. So with that, let's go ahead and get into the box office of the week. If the thing will go. There we go. Okay. Well, I got to shrink this down quite a bit. Okay. What's happening here? Yikes. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. I thought I had this all fixed. Okay, much better. So in the box office of the week, domestically, we have Lilo and Stitch at number 1, making $63 million. That's in its second week at a 56% drop. It's pretty good. Mission Impossible at $27.3 million. It had a 57.4 drop in its second week, which is good. Karate Kid Legends, $21 million. Kind of was hoping it'd make a little bit more. It costs about $45 million to make, so it's going to need to make around $100 million to break even, or to at least make a little bit of money. But I mean, for its first weekend, I guess that's not that bad. Just more people clearly went to go see Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible. And I'm actually surprised that Mission Impossible beat it out. I thought it would have a much, much bigger drop in its second weekend. Final Destination is in fourth place with $10.8 million. Again, a 44% drop from its second week. That's pretty good. Not going to lie. That's pretty good. Fifth place to Bring Her Back was basically 7.1 million. That came out this weekend or this week too. I'm not a big horror fan. I liked the director's first movie, but I just didn't have any interest in seeing it. The marketing for it wasn't the best, so I had no desire to see it. Sixth place in its fifth week is Sinners with 5.2 million. And then seventh place, Thunderbolts, 4.8 million. Friendship, one of the ones that I saw, eighth place with 2.5 million. Ninth place, The Last Rodeo, 2.1 million. And 10th place, J-Hope Tour, 939,000. So with that is your top 10 of the box office. Let me know down below in the comments, did you see any of these movies? I saw, in total, I've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've seen 7 out of the top 10 movies, and this weekend alone, I saw 1, 2, 3 of the top 10 movies. So let me know down below if you've seen any of these movies, what you liked about them. Do you think it's making pretty good money? Lilo and Stitch at 63 million in second weekend is really good. I don't think another family-friendly movie comes out until Elio at the end of this month of June. So we'll take a look at the movies coming up for the month pretty soon. in a minute. And but yeah, good for Lilo and Stitch. And honestly, Mission Impossible, I'm really surprised. It's still not going to make its money back overall, but good second weekend for Mission Impossible. I am very surprised. Let's go ahead and check the worldwide numbers where all the box office is. So we don't count Niza 2. Apparently, it's made all its money in China, and China, they lie about everything. So let's see. Minecraft, 947 million. That's about what it was last week. So it got so close to $1 billion. They really screwed up putting it on streaming 2 or 3 weeks before Lilo and Stitch came out in theaters. They should have just kept it in the theaters. I don't know why they didn't. But so worldwide, it's made 947 million. Domestically, it's made 422, basically 423 million. And internationally, it's made 524 million. Already up at second place. So we're gonna every one of these numbers, just imagine it's one less number. So 2 is going to be 1, 3 is going to be 2. Second place is actually, let me just do this. I'm going to make it easier for myself. There. Okay. First place in the worldwide box office, Minecraft. Second place is Lilo and Stitch, already at 610 million, basically 611 million in its second week. Good for that. Captain America Brave New World in the third place overall worldwide box office with 415 million. Thunderbolts at 369 million. So sad to see. This deserves to make 5, 6, 700 million. People need to go see this before it leaves the theaters. I mean, it's going to make its money back when it comes to the streaming prices and everything like that, but it deserved to make so much more in the box office. Fourth place is going to be, third, fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth place is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning with 353 million. Honestly, pretty surprised that it's made that much in 2 weeks. So good for that movie. It's made far more internationally, almost over 100 million more internationally. So these Mission Impossible movies, I said a couple weeks ago, they're like the Fast and Furious movies. They make way more money overseas. Sixth place is going to be Sinners with where am I at on this? Okay, Sinners with 350 million. Final Destination Bloodlines in sixth place with 229 million. Snow White in seventh place with 205 million. Dogman 144 million in eighth place. Ninth place, Bridget Jones 139 million, and Mickey 17 131 million in 10th place. I believe it's 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so no, my bad. Bridget Jones is 10. Okay. So anyway, that's the worldwide box office for the year so far. We're gonna ignore Neza 2, like I said, and so let me know down below what you think. Are you excited or happy about any of these movies? Are you surprised by any of these movies? I tell you what, I'm sure I was surprised that Minecraft is number one with basically 950 million worldwide. I don't think anybody would have ever thought that. But yeah, so a lot of this is gonna get passed up. But I mean, I guess. Look, you got one in the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the top 5, 3 of them are Disney movies, so good for Disney. But Warner Brothers is also doing really well this year with Minecraft, Sinners, and Final Destination. So they got 3 in the top 10 as well. So with that, I'm gonna end the box office reign over there, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to what is coming out in the month of June. So in the month of June, we have, let me move this back over. In the month of June, we have Dogma re-releasing in theaters, I think for the weekend. So old movie that's being re-released. I do want to see this, Turn Still Never Enough. I know like 1 or 2 songs off this album, and I guess they're doing a visual album, so I do want to see that. Ballerina is opening on Friday. That's probably the biggest movie opening this weekend. And then we got, let's see, Life of Chuck. I've only seen one trailer for that, so I'm not too sure what that's all about. And then, so I think that's it as far as big releases go, just for the week. So it's really only Ballerina coming out this upcoming week. But in the month of June itself, we named those for that, that week. And then we also have How to Train Your Dragon. The Materialist. How to Train Your Dragon will make so much more money than Materialist. And then we have Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade is re-releasing in theaters. I will be seeing that. I think it's only for one day. And then we have Elio opening. I believe it opens on June 20th. It's just opening a couple days earlier for some of them, for some theaters. And then on the same day is 28 Years Later. It's the third movie in that 28 franchise. And then what was after that? The week after that will be F1. F1 will open on the 27th along with Megan 2.0. So that's going to be all the movies for the month of June, ending with Megan and F1. And then we got Elio, 28 Years Later. Nothing. I think there's 1 week in June where it's kind of bleak. And then we got Ballerina, Life of Chuck, and just a few re-releases, and How to Train Your Dragon. So the biggest ones of the month that I'm going to be thinking are going to make the most money is going to be How to Train Your Dragon. I think a lot of people will see Ballerina. I think Ballerina is going to surprise some people because a lot of us love this John Wick franchise. But How to Train Your Dragon and F1 and Megan 2.0. I strongly think that Elio, unfortunately, is going to make the least amount of money out of all those big releases in June. I think it's going to make the least amount of money, which is surprising for me to say because these Disney movies have been popping off this year, except for Snow White. But I don't know, F1. Megan had a huge following behind it after that first one came out. It looks like more like a sci-fi one though now, and over a horror. So I'm not too sure how that'll go, but I think a lot of people will see it. F1 has had a lot of hype around it. How to Train Your Dragon, the whole animated franchise is beloved by everybody. The 28 Years Later, Elio might make more money than 28 Years Later. And then what was the last one? Ballerina. A lot of people love the John Wick movies. I think a lot of people will go see Ballerina to see John Wick. So with that is your movie talk, or let's talk about movies live today for the last week of May and the first week of June. Go ahead and let me know down below what movies you saw in May this last month, and let me know what movies you're excited to see this month in June. And are you going to go see any movies this week? Are you going to see the ones that I mentioned? Are you going to go see Ballerina? Are you going to take a week off of the movies? You go ahead and let me know down below. That's it for me today. I will be back next Sunday talking about whatever movies I see this upcoming week. I'm for sure seeing Ballerina this week, and maybe I'll see if some other ones are coming in at some point, and maybe I'll go see the rewatch of Dogma or something like that. But with that, I am John. I'm out of here. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day and a good start to the month of June with this week. Bye.